What is up, Ham Radio? Victor Alpha 3, Papa Zoo in November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by. Your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. It is Hump Day. Time for the Hump Day Happy Hour. And hopefully it's going to be a happy hour because we're going to have a great stream. I have that feeling because it's another Canadian stream, and I got my camera working before the stream started, so it's all good. But before we do, we're going to thank these guys, including our two newest Patreons. Shout out to them: Whiskey 1 Whiskey Charlie and Victor Echo 3 X-Ray November Sierra Stroke TB. And we appreciate each and every one of y'all, and welcome the new guys. Also, shout out to our YouTube members. We need a couple new roving guys is what we need right here. But thank you guys very much. And as promised, an updated board.
Woohoo!
RFing around, taking over the top spot. I'm going to say it won't be for long, but you never know. And a couple other movers and shakers there. Moving around a couple of spots, but that's where everybody's standing right now. Dan, what is going on?
What's happening, as Mo would say? Happy Hump Day, everybody. Let me run down the list here. We got a house full today. It's good to see. Andy Callie was first at 4:25 this afternoon. He beat you all by hours. Andy Callie, thanks for dropping by really early. Kilo Oscar 4 Golf Bravo. Speaking of Mo, what's happening, buddy? Toby Alpha Delta 2 Charlie Delta. She'll be in and out kind of late. She's at a board meeting for her club. James of the North, our effing around, is in the house. Kent, Kilo 9 Alpha Echo Echo. Sidewalk Sherry, good to see you. Kilo Echo 8 Yankee Victor Delta. Hope you're staying off the sidewalks. Let's see. Juliet Mike Martini is in the house. Hey, hola. Hola. Hello. Bonjour. Yeah, hi. Kilo 4 Lima India is in the house. KO4 FSZ antennas. Mike Roberge, the one and only PP man. He has been slaying it on 10 meters. And if you're not been on 10 meters, it's wide open to Europe. Have fun with that. Larry Bingham's in the house. Good to see you. K8NIV John, Georgia Parks and Propagation. That's Ron Chris, Alpha Echo 4. X-Ray Oscar. Ronnie, Kilo Oscar 4. Zulu. Romeo X-Ray is in the house. Reed, AB8AS. Good to see you. Kilo 8 Golf Quebec is in the house. Kelly, KI4JAV. November Lava Smoking Pota Eddie. Always good to see you. Frequency Frontiers KY4 GM. Let's see. Kilo 8 Golf Quebec. Yep. I still got you in the log here. You're looking good, buddy. VE3THR Alpha is here. Good to get you the other day. And KG2MM Ham Radio. Howdy. Liz and fam, Echo Romeo is in the house. Gene Muffy and 3XUS. Kilo 8 Golf Quebec. Yep. Still got you in the log, buddy. Good to see you. Kilo 4 Otata. Otata is in the house. Kenny Adams. Always good to see you. Pete Knapp from West by God is in the house. Stephen paid his taxes because he is activating right now on 7044 CW. Go hit him up. Tracy K4RVR. Always good to see you. Eastern Standard Time. Always in the house. A staple. And AC3 IK Ed. Always good to see you. And I think I forgot. Kilo 8 Golf Quebec. You are in the log, buddy. Happy Hump Day.
That's right. And I think you did miss Kilo 8 Golf Quebec, Dan.
I probably did.
And add him to your list because I hear him calling. But anyway, Stephen, thank you very much for your taxes. Paying like a good kingdom person would. We appreciate it. Sidewalk Sherry says that I have a full beard. So you know, in Canada they have Thanksgiving in October instead of November. So I figured No Shave November was also in October. So
there you go.
I had to get the beard going for October, I guess.
It's a Canadian thing, eh?
Yeah. It's called a keeping the wind off your face thing, eh?
Yeah, that'll do it.
They got some good wind up here. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And you mentioned something. You mentioned PP Man's been slaying it on 10 meters. But what I want to say, normally I give PP Man a hard time, but I'm gonna be nice to him today and give him a shout out because the last couple of days he's been doing CW activations.
The dits and the das, I have heard. Yes.
So I'm gonna give him a shout out. I have not got to hunt him yet. I did hunt him on his first activation when he did it with Steven, but I have not got to hunt him in the last couple of days. But shout out to him because he's actually going out and doing what a QRP person should do. If you're QRP, you should do CW.
I threw my call sign out there to him and got it right off the bat. Maybe he did question me. I think he question marked me one time, but after that, he got it really good. He's doing a really good job.
Good deal. Whew, I'll tell you what, it's been crazy. I got all kinds of work done today. In case you didn't notice, set up this stream. I got a video drop sitting there waiting for you guys tomorrow because I'll probably be out activating and won't even show up to my own premiere because I gotta activate when I can. But I got that done. Also dropped the YouTube short today as well. So the videos are flowing out. The pictures are flowing out on Instagram. So I've said it once. I'm going to say it a million times. Follow me on all social media sites.
And if you missed Ham Radio Clubhouse last night, go back and watch the replay. It was a really good Ham Radio Clubhouse last night with James was the guest of honor and a really good stream. So go back and watch it on Clubhouse's page.
It was actually good to be back on Clubhouse. I haven't been on Clubhouse in a very, very long time. And it was funny because I've been on there many, many a times. And Shane's like, oh, we got to make a motion to put you in the club.
Yeah, you
And
got inducted.
they're like, he's been on here before. I was like, and after he done it, I was like, well, technically, you always forget to do it when I'm on here. So, but anyway, it was a good time. I wish Izzo would have got to be there, but it was a great time hanging out with them guys.
Yep.
Reminded me of my days back when I used to banter with Mike to try to get people to come over and watch my channel.
Yeah, that was a great stream. So
Oh,
for sure, talked a lot about your Canadian Rove and basically your past in POTA, what got you in the radio. It was really interesting.
about as interesting as that ringtone you got going on
You
there.
like it? Yeah.
That was
Well, I was
almost
gonna make mine I'm your Huckleberry, but I figured y'all were
that
tired of hearing that by now. So
that was almost like a bow chicka wow wow ringtone.
almost.
No, the phone stays turned down mostly because when I'm working down here in James's office, and he's normally working over there on business calls and stuff. So my phone's pretty much been turned off since I got here. Some days I remember when I go out to turn it up, but for the most part, it stays turned down. So I'm kind of missing the Huckleberry, but I know James is enjoying it and being down for sure.
That's right. A couple of newcomers in the chat here. Larry from Hammertown. Always good to hear you. Victor Echo 3 Lima Bravo India. And another Dan. And 8TIN. Good to see you, buddy. I miss Chris. Chris is up here. How did I miss Chris? Whiskey Zero, Charlie Golf Charlie.
Speaking of Larry from Hammertown, it's just a couple of days before I actually get to meet him. So that's really awesome. I've talked to Larry, almost every day now for a couple of years. So it's going to be great to meet Larry. That's a good thing. Not every day. He seems to fall short on the PZN challenge, but
you're gonna have to tell us, no matter where you're standing, how far you are away from him if he's still like 5'9" plus 20.
I'm wondering that because when you hear Whiskey Zero Charlie Golf Charlie and November 4 Charlie Whiskey Bravo on the radio, them boys are loud on the radio. But you know what? When you meet them in person, they're still pretty loud.
Yeah.
Especially Charlie Golf Charlie. His voice will just make the table shake when he walks in the room.
It vibrates your soul.
But I'm confused. If I go meet Larry and he's like, "Hey James, how you doing today?" I'm gonna fall over.
How funny would that be?
But,
yeah, I'm really not loud. I just use 37 dB of compression.
Yeah, listen, you never know what because there are people on the radio that sound nothing like they sound in person, and
again,
there's people like Arnold that is exactly like they sound.
The burning question.
Yes,
again,
yes,
we're gonna keep asking you.
It's not happened yet. It's going to happen. We were just talking about it when I was eating dinner today. That's got to happen. Yes, it's still happening. So calm down. It's going to happen. I'm not dodging it or something. We've just been busy. In case you ain't looked at the POTA pages lately, I've kind of done like 100 and some parks since I've been here. Been a little bit on the busy side.
Dave said he will meet all of your expectations. He's plus 30. And Curtis is in the chat. Roger.
And actually get to meet Dave as well. Hopefully, Dave, are you recovering pretty good from your surgery? Are you going to be able to make it out on Monday?
Hopefully you will.
So, but before Monday, and I get to hang out with these Hamilton boys, it's going to be kind of a busy weekend, I believe.
What time are y'all meeting on Monday? Because I might drive on up.
You going to drive on up?
Yeah, it's not far.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, you're welcome to drive on up, Dan.
Yeah. Maybe I'll test and I'll get Victor Alpha 3 Delta Alpha November. I wonder if it's taken.
Right now, right now somebody's looking it up.
That's right.
Because I'll tell you can't make a mistake, Dan. Because I guess I was tired today and I've spent too much time with Tom, and maybe I was even missing Tom. Who knows? But about 3, maybe 4 times a day, when I went to identify me and James, I said, "This is Victor Alpha 3 Papa Zulu November and Victor Echo 3 Tango Hotel Radio." And every time I do it, Tom would pop on the radio and say, "Nat, nat, 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 nat." He listened to the whole activation just to calm me down every time I'd say his go.
That's great.
Oh. He also, when we switched to 40 meters, James asked the frequencies used, and he said, "Yeah, we're getting ready to have a net." And James said, "Oh, okay," and was getting ready to turn the frequency, and then he said, "A POTA net," and James said, "That's Tom." So I just grabbed the mic and I was like, "Now taking check-in for the POTA net."
Oh, that's great.
And of course, he identifies then as meat meat. Good times though, but yeah, we got quite a busy weekend, and hopefully, everybody who wants to get in this vlog, because from what James tells me, we're not going to do 12 and out. We're going to do a little more than that. So there are people that's going to have a good opportunity to get in this vlog. But I'm going to say the best way to get in this vlog is to help be one of the supporters. Alpha Delta 2 Charlie Delta will be out there running her POTA Hunter net, but I'm sure she's going to need help holding frequencies for us because it is a big, big, big contest weekend. And the QRM is going to be probably 1, if not 0.5 on each side of the frequency she's holding. So the more people that is helping her out hold this frequency, the better off it's going to be. So,
Y'all just need to bring a mobile amplifier with you, about 500 watts, and just smoke that ham stick.
Yeah, well, the problem is we still got to hear the hunters on the other ends. I know there's 12 hunters with amps, but it's gonna be interesting to see how it. But the first, when we pull in, as that antenna's going on, I'm already hearing people in there talking, and I'm already doing a list in my head too.
Yeah.
So if you're one of the ones that's in there talking on that frequency, yeah, I already know you're there, and it gives you that much of an advantage.
That said, I'm going to go ahead and say probably most, if not all, maybe the last park or two, depending on time, will only be spotted in our Discord. I'm going to drop the link in the chat again. But go to the Welcome and Rules channel. Down at the very end of the Welcome and Rules channel, there is a 50 Park Rove. If you click on that, you will get a roll so you can get notifications. Once we're done testing it, I'm going to open up a new channel called 50 Park Rove, and that's where these spots are going to be. It'll be up at the very top of the list, right below General, once I enable it, so it'll be easy to find, and those spots are going to be in that channel, all centralized in one place. And if you get the Rove and turn on, so it'll notify you if you get mentioned, you will also get a notification when they spot it.
And we're going to talk about that this evening. Hey, thank you very much, Eddie, for the super chat, and I appreciate it.
That's great. Yeah, they're about that close together, right? You give you $5 for the gas money to get off.
We were talking about this today. Now everybody needs to give Brian a big shout out before this Rove even starts. X-Ray November Sierra, because Brian is doing the logging, and there are parks in this Rove where we pull around the corner and we're in the next park. So he's going to have to be on his A game getting logs ready. So give him a big shout out, guys, because he's going to have his hands full keeping up with the logs on this one. So
yeah.
it's
It's
definitely it's
Whiskey
definitely
Delta. It's Whiskey Delta 4, Delta Alpha. No, that's all you need to remember. I'm in the log, baby.
He listen, he does a great job logging, but it's gonna be tricky to, so some of them's gonna have some drive time and it's fine, but when you're pulling around the corner, it's a little bit of a different story. So I've done that part of the Rove before on a 20 park Rove, and which it wasn't hard at all to get them done in between the parks. My problem was it was hard to get them done with Steven bouncing me around the back of his truck like a rag doll.
Hey, Shadow.
But it's going to be interesting. But Dan's been doing a lot of work for this thing, and James is still doing a lot of work. There's going to be like a, what do you call it, a dashboard where you can see potential ETA for the next parks and stuff like that. So it's going to be a lot bigger and easier setup for you. But here's the thing: you can't just rely on that. Like I tell people all the time, when it's a Rove, yeah, he said he's given us a little extra time in these parks. It's not going to be just 12 and out. But I'm telling you right now, if after 12 people that it goes silent, it's going to be 12 and out. It can't go silent because we're not calling CQ repeatedly on a 50 park Rove.
Yeah.
So if you want in, everybody get, Terry's going to wear his Depends. Robbie has nothing to worry about because we all know he can kapoop really quick.
He just about 45 seconds is all he needs between parks. It'd be good to go.
Yeah, and that's to get to the bathroom and back.
Yeah. No joke. KO4 FSZ with the $5 super chat, just in case you need another gas for another 50. It's diesel. He doesn't run gas over there. $5 in diesel might get him out of the driveway and maybe down the road.
Look, I don't know what they're complaining about. When I get gas at the house, that gas is sitting on like 3.09 or 3.49 somewhere there, and up here it's like on $1.49. I don't know what they're complaining for.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Craig's in the house. November 4, Charlie Whiskey Bravo. Good to see you, buddy.
I actually heard him with a weak signal today on one of the vans, and I was shocked.
Was he in the mobile?
Yeah, he was mobile.
Yeah.
But still,
he's working on it.
For Craig, it was a weak signal, and I was shocked.
He's working on it. He's working on putting an ALS 800 in the mobile. So
yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm absolutely sure.
Yeah, diesels are fairly fuel efficient. So KY4 GM.
Hey, thank you very much, buddy. Good to hear you.
5 US is like 400 Canadian.
I think that would be Mexican, but the exchange is a lot better up here. I'll tell you that. It wouldn't be better going the opposite way, but yeah, you come out ahead on the exchange up here. So.
Well, it sounds like so far you've had a pretty damn busy week, and you got a busy weekend coming up.
Yeah, this weekend's gonna be hectic for about 24 hours. And
it's gonna be a fun weekend because you mentioned Worldwide DX side van. We have the 50 Park Rove, up in Canada, and we have the Georgia POTA Sprint for a couple hours that afternoon as well. So a lot of POTA going on, a lot of trying to find your little sliver of the band going on. So it's going to be fun.
It's going to be a lot of fighting. That's why I'm really, really glad that we have a good community that's going to help, hold frequencies for us and stuff. Because pulling off a 50 Park Rove is hard enough without having to spend 15 minutes just trying to find a sliver on the band.
Yeah.
To hear. So I remember this contest well. This contest is annoying to start with.
It's
the
biggest one of the year. Yeah.
Yeah. So
the other biggest one of the year would be worldwide CW, I would say. Yeah.
Sometimes I think they have that on Friday nights on 40 meters.
You can tell when it starts too, because it's funny to watch the start of the sideband or CW contest, because you watch the scope on your radio, it's fairly quiet, and all of a sudden it's just boom, contest started.
Thank you very much again, Chris, for the super chat.
That's right. Hit that like button.
Lick that like button, everybody.
And hit subscribe and the notification bell while you're at it.
Tom says field day. Honestly, I think the worldwides are a lot busier than field day.
Much. Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of crazy.
Now, I heard a rumor about this 50 Park Rove, and let's see if you can verify this. I heard all you and the three amigos are going to go on the Rove in the smart car.
It's been talked about. We're trying to work out logistics for that.
I'll just pile in there.
We've got the logistics of us piled in there. It's just trying to figure out how to mount the Eagle One where it doesn't tip the car over.
Who's on whose lap?
Well, Brian is the logger, so Brian has to be on the main top. He has to go across the top of the string.
Yeah.
So I guess Tom's the bottom guy.
Tom's the bottom.
Tom's definitely the bottom guy.
Izzo is in the house. Hey man, we missed you last night on Clubhouse, but thank you for everything you're doing up in Connecticut. But buddy, thank you so much, and
absolutely, we appreciate the super chat, Ronnie, and all the Zulus we get from you as well.
That's right.
But yeah, shout out to Don. He's working. He pulled a really big shift yesterday. A lot of fires and stuff going on up there in Connecticut and stuff.
And the rumor is, not to make light on what's going on up there, he's doing an excellent job. But he did the whole thing yesterday and did not eat a single barbecue chip in the process.
Oh, and I know that really made him ache inside.
I know it.
Because if you ever meet Don in person, everybody make sure you meet him in person. Make sure and give him some barbecue chips. He loves them, absolutely loves them. I don't know if it went out online or not. But as they were cutting the stream off last night, I tried to say, Don, your video ruined my life, because his was the first photo video.
Yeah, that was great. Cruising Jeff stopped by just to hit the thumbs up button. Thank you so much, K2 Alpha November. Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
You're not supposed to come by till it's last call, Jeff. I don't know why you're stopping by. It's not last call yet.
Yeah.
Listen, there was probably a whole year of me activating that every time I called last call, here he came, and I was like. And then one time he popped in toward the middle of my stream. I said, buddy, I'm not ready to go yet.
I kind of learned to stop calling last call if I'm in a hurry to go somewhere, because it just invites a whole nother pile up.
That's the point in it.
That's right.
Hey, welcome to the YouTube members, Mr. Mo. Golf, bravo.
POTA activator.
You'll get some fancy green writing now for you.
That's right.
On the screen. As well as you will be invited to hang out with us at the Christmas party. The gift exchange has been done, not not exchanged, but that done been drew. So new people cannot exchange the gifts because everybody's been drew. Speaking of that, I know gifts have started arriving at places.
Mm-hmm.
And just a reminder to the Patreons who are in that gift exchange, make sure your gift goes out in time to be there the Friday before the 6th of December. So I'm gonna do a post about it later. But thank you for joining the YouTube members, Mo. I appreciate it. Always a pleasure to help out with my adventures because I've been. It's funny. I've still got a week and the rest of the evening here in Canada.
Yeah.
And today, when I got done with all my video stuff, I was actually working on another adventure on the computer. So there's a couple of things I've got planned. I was working on some of the details for the bike rove. I'm also planning a Lost River run that a couple of people has been asking me for a long time now. So got that planned. And I've been thinking about a couple of other distance places.
Ooh.
So
Australia?
No, we're gonna keep them under the wraps.
So not Australia.
Not Australia.
Oh, dang it. New Zealand.
You know,
Tasmania.
Dan, if you want to front the bill for Australia or New Zealand, just go ahead and get me if you want me get me a flight out of Atlanta, and we'll just make it happen.
I wonder how long that will keep me on the leaderboard for the Adventure Club, though.
Josh said about a stream.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe a week or two. Because, Josh might be nice and let me stay up there for 2 weeks, I would think,
Listen, I appreciate everybody who supports the channel. But yes, I appreciate Josh a lot.
Gene McPhee says his dad was from PEI, and if you're not from around, that's Prince Edward Island. Have ever been there? Yes, I have been to PEI, actually. Before, I was into POTA, so I have not activated PEI, but I have been there. Yep.
All right, so Chris needs 103 more for the PZN kilo. Chris, you have 50 that you can get between Friday at 8 o'clock and Saturday at 7:59, and actually maybe more than 50 because. Whoa! Thank you very much for the buy me a coffee. I can't read who it is.
November 4, Charlie Whiskey Bravo.
November 4, Charlie Whiskey Bravo. Thank you very much. I haven't seen that one pop up over my head in a while. Thank you very much, Chris. But maybe even more, Chris, because some of those will probably go to bands to give a few different people chances. Because at some point, 40 starts to be unusable for most of you guys. But then we still got a lot of Canadian guys up here that 20 meters is unusable for. So, right. On our past roves the other week, we tried to ban most of those parks when 40 got to where a lot of you guys couldn't get them.
Well, you had a lot more time too, and I would say stick to what band you can get in and out of the park the fastest. I think I'm going to be the farthest one away from y'all hunting you regularly, I think. And if it gets bad for 40 for me, don't go to 20 just for me, for sure. Stay on what's going to get you in and out of those parks, the fastest.
Right.
Because, if 40 is good for everybody, West Virginia and north, and you're still getting in and out fast, don't worry about it. We still good.
Yeah. But remember, guys, this Rove, it's just part of the Challenger radio. It's highly unlikely that very many people are going to get every park. It's highly unlikely. But there's no use in getting all bent out of shape about it if you miss some. You just miss them. It's just radio. These 50 parks are all parks that James and Tom and Brian can go activate anytime. It's not like we're going to the ice roads up in Canada and activating some rare thing. These are parks they can all do.
I wonder if you should bring 2 radios, set up 2 ham sticks on 40 and 20 simultaneously, and just key both mics at the same time and say, "All right, CQ Park's on the air," and then just work 20 and 40 at the same time. Your logger would love you because he'd have to figure out which band was which call.
I can see it now. Whiskey Delta 4 Delta November, you're 5'9", 20 meters. Kilo 8 Golf Quebec, you're 5'9", 40 meters.
Yeah.
And Brian's back there's like, nope. I quit. I'm walking home.
Oh man.
But you just gave me a really, really cool idea.
I think it's doable.
I see it happening in the near future. I see me buying 2 bandpass filters, and I see me trying to do a dual band same time activation. I'll have to record it and go back and relog it because there's no way to log that.
I'll give you a pro tip on how to do that too. By the way, if you're going to record it to go back and log it, you run the DJI mics, put them in mono mode, I believe it is. Put one on one radio and one on the other radio. That way, say your 20 meters will be on the left audio channel and your 40 meters will be on the right audio channel, so you can actually hear which band somebody worked you on when you go back and listen to it.
That's a good pro tip.
That'd be pretty damn cool, though. Yeah.
Good pro tip. Yeah, I can see this being a future video for this channel for sure. And speaking of videos, we probably may have some new people watching tonight because I did notice we picked up about 12 to 14 people from that Clubhouse stream last night. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. And if you got any questions, make sure and ask them. We're kind of friendly here. Dan bites a little bit, but
nibble every now and again. Loudmouth from Hammertown wants to know anything that stands out on your trip so far.
Okay, Larry, I hate paper straws. I know it's done for the ecosystem or whatever, but giving me a paper straw to protect your ducks from choking on them doesn't stop anything when you're handing me a plastic cup that goes around their head.
There you go, plastic cup.
So I hate the paper straws. Other than that, Canada has been great. Something that stands out a lot, Killbear. One of the prettiest sunsets I've ever seen. And it was just that I absolutely love that park. If I lived up here, I would be camping there all the time. That would be like an 1810 spot for me. It was a great park for sure. Had a good time out at the world's longest freshwater beach is up here. And matter of fact, if you want to see a video from that, check out tomorrow's video drop about 4:00 because that is my video for tomorrow at that activation. So
my boo with $1.99, he said, I want to start CW with FT8.
You want to start CW what?
He says he wants to start CW with FT8. I know his late shift pileups on CW sound like FT8 to me.
Yeah, absolutely. He's turned. When I started CW, a whole lot of people started CW, and I felt really special because this many people just started CW, just to hunt me. They're like, oh, this is another 4,000 contacts a day because he's going to do CW too. But Steven, this guy has went insane with it.
He kind of lit the afterburner, didn't he?
Yeah, so normally in the summer, Steven disappears because he's working his other job as well as his regular job. But this CW has kept him activating this summer, and it's pretty awesome. So
Thank you, Eddie, for the $1.99, and RFing around said PZN made me do CW, but
Yes. Thank you very much, Eddie, for the super chat. And not only did PZN have a 2 operator
that's right.
with Mr. Juliet Lima November, I also had a 2 operator with Tango Hotel Radio yesterday.
Yeah, but not only did you make him do CW, he did get revenge. Makes you do FT8.
Yeah, he listen. I came home from that camp and I scrubbed deep in deep Lysol. Like I felt like I had McDonald's grease all over me.
Oh my gosh.
And and I looked at my logs after doing the FT8 and it literally only said the amount of contacts that I did. I don't understand that. It's supposed to like every day just grow and stay in the same number. So matter of fact, I cheated myself because I didn't even that park was a twofer, and I didn't even load the FT8 on the second park. And then James caught that for me, so I put them in there.
That's funny.
So actually, mine did multiply.
There you go. You can just copy the same log and use it again next week too, I think.
You know what? I will tell you this: Stephen is on a tear, but James was going to hunt him a little bit ago, and he tuned over and heard how fast Stephen was going. He said, "Nah, I think I'm done with this." So I've told you, Stephen, you alienate people sometimes.
He's getting, man, like the call signs that he knows. He's like a Bill Brown now. I can hit him like at like 40 words a minute with my call sign. He doesn't skip a beat. He knows it's me. And I do that to Bill Brown like all the time. He'll be sending like 18, 19 words a minute. You're just messing around, and I'll hit him like 35, and he doesn't miss a beat. He knows.
So see that right there tells you something though. Bill Brown is sending around 18 or 19 words a minute, and he's doing that because the typical POTA hunter is between 17 and 20 words a minute.
Yep.
And a lot of them, Bill will slow down for anybody or he'll speed up for anybody. But a lot of people get intimidated when you're going way too fast. Matter of fact, I was just talking with James about this a little bit ago because he's asking me what I sent and stuff like that. And, because I worked my way up to where I was really comfortable sending at 24. But I noticed after I left 22 and went to 24, I noticed people started slowing down hunting me a little bit. So I went back to 22 and it picked right back up.
I've noticed that most activators, well, all activators that I've done this to, they can copy the POTA exchange faster than what they're sending because it's a structured exchange. So what I'll do is if you're calling at 20 words a minute, I'll call you at 20 words a minute. Once you get my call sign right, I'll pop my keyer up to like 20.
I have a lot of people do that.
Like 22, 23 words a minute. Send the rest of the exchange just so I can get in and out of your pile real fast. And you can move on.
Yeah, a whole lot of people will do that to me. They'll send about 22 words a minute to call sign, and I'll send it back, and then they'll signal report about 34 words a minute or something. Yeah. And and yes, Steven does get some more people because he gets people that likes to send really fast that he may not have got. But you got to remember. Well, it depends on what you like. If you like sending fast like that, and it's for you. But for me, I like getting the most people possible, and I like to give everybody a chance. But I understand it too because I'm not. If you're going below 15, I'm probably not going to decode you because it's not. I don't want you in my log. It's the simple fact that you're speaking another language to me.
CW is weird to me because for copying, I like it between 18 and 20, but I don't like sending at 18 because it feels like it's too slow for me to send. I can send a lot better than I can copy. I can send at 30 words a minute. And if I could send at 30, all my exchanges and people would actually reply to me at like 20, that'd be perfect, but it's not going to happen,
No. Even so, when me and Tom did the R2 op, we was on Tom's radio, and his was set at about 17. So I just left it there, and that's what I sent at. and it was harder for me to send there because I'm not used to that spacing. But even at then, there was still a Victor Echo 3 that ended in Mike. And if you're mad at me because I didn't get you in your log, it's because you were sending about 32 to 34 words a minute, and I question marked you multiple times, and I QRS'd you. I did everything I could to try to make that contact, but you would not slow down at all. And all I ever got, the noise was bad, but I'm not a 32, 33 word a minute person. So you got to slow down for people,
Yeah. Thank you, Interstellar Starman, for the $1.99 super chat. Says POTA road trips rock. Roll on.
That's right. Absolutely. This has been a great trip. It actually, when I leave this trip, it actually has secured already what my goal will be for next year. And it wouldn't have been possible without this trip. It wouldn't even been probably possible for the next 2 years because it would have cost me way too much money in the States to do that jump. So I ain't gonna say what it is, but hey, if you know, it's not too hard to figure out what that goal is going to be for next year. And even after this trip, it's still going to be an expensive goal.
See you, Gene. Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
It's going to absolutely, and make sure and stop by the log this weekend while we're out there doing that rove.
Yeah, it's a jam-packed weekend, man. We're gonna have some. It's gonna be fun.
So I'm possibly thinking that maybe one of the weekends while I'm down in Florida, maybe heading up and cutting across and like getting Louisiana and maybe something else down in that area, and knock off a couple of those bottom states. Yeah, I'd like to get next year. I'd like to get it to where from the east over to say Oklahoma is done top to bottom.
Yeah.
There's still going to be some of them west that I've got where I went west, but if I get from top to bottom all the way over to Oklahoma, it's going to really help. And there's not very many of them left I got to do there. But do Alaska. I got to do Alaska, but I'm not going to do it in the winter, Brian. No, I'm not a winter guy. You guys figured that out the other night when I was absolutely freezing and y'all were fine. I'm not a winter guy.
They're out there in their shorts and t-shirt and flip-flops, and you got your parka on.
They all had on jackets and stuff too, and I can't remember which one of them was. One of them was complaining that their hands were cold. It was my hands and my nose. The rest of me was fine, but my hands and my nose was exposed, and I was cold. But
I'm sure Brian can lend you his nose warmer.
But then the last 2 days, not today, the last 2 days before today, it was like 70 some degrees here, aka 20 some degrees here. But
that's the kind of weather that always gets me feeling bad too, man. When it's like really warm one day, then cold the next day, man, my sinuses and my chest go crazy.
Yeah.
Terry says they miss you on the farm.
Terry, so for y'all don't know, when Terry hunts you, Terry has now become a farmer, y'all.
That's right.
He's been really working on his farming skills, and if you watch tomorrow's video, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But Terry is now a farmer.
That's right. Be sure to hit that like button.
Absolutely, John.
NIV says absolutely.
So is there anybody who's close to the 73 that's worried about getting there? I know there's plenty of people that's over the 73, but there's also some of y'all that's close that can still get in easily if you do good on this rove. And that page is up to date besides today's vlogs. My vlogs are not in for today, the twofer from today, but chances are you've already got that because it's a repeat twofer.
I'm sure we'll end up with a lot of people above the 73. So I hope Terry is prepared to send out a lot of coins here.
Brian says he's hoping to get that this winter. I'm going to assume that I know which one that is. I'm not looking at it, but I think I know where it is. So,
There's 17
damn.
people above 73% right now.
How many?
17, James said.
17 above 73%.
Yeah.
Only 100%er. Whiskey 8 Echo Romeo is killing it.
Knocking it out of the park.
So here's the thing,
she's not even playing the same sport. It's not even the same
everybody who tries any kind of challenge, when they don't get it or something, everybody's got their excuse. Well, I had to do this and I had to do that. Guys, she's raising 9 kids. There's probably not a one of us more busy than she is, and she is 100%. That's not 100% on activations. It's 100% on unique parks that I've done up here.
And I'm going to go ahead and I might embarrass her a little bit saying that. Sorry, Liz. But she's doing all this while she's cooking hamburgers, but forgetting the bacon.
I don't know that story, but
there's no excuse for this, Liz. Never, ever, ever forget the bacon.
Yeah. Okay, Larry, I got another complaint. You guys with your Canadian bacon, it's ham, yo.
Ham. Yeah.
It's ham. That's not bacon.
Yeah. So Tom says, what? No bacon. Now, do you mean real bacon or do you mean ham? Because, I mean, ham. That's right. We will be patiently awaiting the poutine video as well.
Yeah, we were talking. James said he's going to film it. So I don't know what y'all's waiting on. It's not like I'm not going to not like it. It's French fries, cheese, and gravy.
Yeah.
There's nothing bad about it. You guys are acting like it's anchovies with mayonnaise and peanut butter or something.
Well, there's nothing wrong with, pizza, mustard, pickles, and fish sticks either, but I don't want to eat them together.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I disagree. Mustard and pickles has got to go in that. There's something wrong with those. But if you want to put the fish sticks on the pizza, I'd eat it if I'm hungry.
Yeah. We can go to Wingstop and ask Terry what he got. Wings. Well, no kidding. What kind of wings, Terry?
Oh, that was a funny day. That was a funny day.
So yeah, this weekend, guys, I know I keep saying it, but if you're just joining us this weekend, 50 Park Rove up in Canada, join our Discord. Links to website is down in the description. You link to our Discord there as well. I'm going to drop it into the chat. Sign up for the roll so you can get notified for their Rove spots. And there will be a new channel opening up at the top of the list in our Discord, right underneath the general channel now called 50 Park Rove. And that's where the spots are going to be.
Please sign up for that where you get the notification, because I don't want somebody complaining at the end of Saturday saying, I sat in POTA spots all day and never seen nothing. make sure and get the notification. That way, if you are for some reason out of your radio room when there's a 50 Park Rove going on, you'll get the notification, and by the time you get there, we'll be gone. But at least you would have known we was there.
Yep.
I,
I know I separated it out into a separate channel because I didn't want it mixed in with the regular POTA spots because it might have been easier to miss there.
Yeah.
So own a separate channel for the 50 Park Rove because this is kind of literally uncharted territory in POTA. So we're going for a POTA record here. So let's help these boys out as much as we can, work them as much as we can, hold the frequency as we can, because it is going to be a rough weekend with the contest going on. So let's give these boys a little bit of Depends support.
And I'll tell you, you know what? Let's make a second room. And I know I say never make Dan, you make too many rooms, but I think this is a good one. And if it doesn't get a lot of use for this Rove, I'm going to delete it right on the spot because I don't like all these extra rooms that get added. And you guys are bad influences on Dan. Like I can go out and activate 3 parks and I come back and there's 17 new rooms in there.
18.
But Dan, make a second channel because I want people to post pictures of their radio Rove supplies, how they're set up for this Rove. I want to see the snacks table beside you. I want to see Terry's box of the pins sitting there. I want to see
I'll do that right now.
I want to see Eddie's little potty chair with his brisket cooker in front of it. I want to see that stuff. So it's your POTA Shack Rove pictures. It'll probably only last for the next week because after that people won't follow directions and they'll just turn it into a ragtag room.
It's in there right now. You should see it underneath general, guys. 50 Park Rove pics. And the spots channel, once we open it up, will be right above that. So
I think it'll be a fun idea. It'll give you guys something creative to talk about too while you're holding those frequencies. I can't stress how important it is to try to, if you're going to hunt, to at least try to help out. And we never have a problem with this, but we always have people that hold the frequencies good. But it's a contest weekend. It's absolutely necessary that we have these rooms held because that's how I did my 42 Park Rove, and that's how this one needs to be. Now, the very last park, we're going to spot on POTA because we're going to be done. And from what I understand, we're going to do an early late shift there for the late shift for the next day. So
you know what's going to be funny. It's going to be like your 42 Park Rove. You're going to get to the last park and still got like 3 hours to blow, and you're going to be like, "Why didn't we plan out 60?"
No, I don't see it. I don't see it getting to that point.
That'd be great.
But
my brother Ken just joined the chat, buddy. Better late than never. Always a strong 5'9" from Kilo Quebec 4 Golf Echo Charlie.
So, James is already excited about getting home to take his nap. And we all know that a Canadian nap is kind of like taking a boat ride. That's a 3-hour tour.
It's a mini hibernation.
That's right. THR that last park. We will be spotting on POTA because THR is going to hit his kilo there. So if you want to be part of that,
So who's going to get the Alpha Award? Yeah.
Speaking of which, me and James did hunt Arnold park to park last weekend while we were he made me feel good too because James did the park to park with him, and he said, "Hey James, how are you doing?" And then he said, "Do you have that Canadian man that Papa Zoo in November Canadian man. uh, he said he was worried about getting me in the log with my Canadian call, so it was good. It was great to get Arnold.
Toby wants to know what time you're going out tomorrow.
I don't know. THR is right there in the chat, and maybe he can shed some light on that. I don't know, because I don't know if he's taking me tomorrow, or if I'm going with James after work, or what. Speaking of, well, no, tomorrow's Thursday. So speaking of tomorrow, I do know that I think we're going to try to do a early late shift tomorrow night. At least me and James are. Tom says no pressure. It's all about pressure, Tom. You have all these viewers watching right now, and they're waiting on a time from Tango Hotel Radio.
On your last park of the 50 Park Rove, do 146 QSOs and then go QRT.
146 and go QRT.
Yeah, Tom needs 147 for the kilo.
Oh, okay.
That would suck, wouldn't it? It would be like Terry trying to work his last park in Delaware all over again. I'm sorry to bring up bad memories there, Terry, but we're at the top of the hour.
If I could, it'd be the ultimate joke if Terry was trying to make a kilo somewhere and I knew the exact number, and I could get every hunter just to shut off one before it for like 5 minutes and watch Terry sweat. It would be great.
I've thought about, man, if I could organize everybody on POTA to do that to you, like during a late shift where you're expecting that pile up and you go, all right, it's the late shift. Kilo, I can wait. Papa Zulu November QRZ. And then it's like dead silence.
See, this would be the thing, though. You would do that and I wouldn't get one call. I'm like, all right, QRT. And then everybody would be sending you the nastiest messages ever.
It would be so hilarious, though. You would be like, what the hell happened? You'd be checking your coax.
Hey, 73, John. Yep. 73, Kelly. I guess they're telling us 73 because we are 2 minutes over.
We are.
So, Dan, we're going to start wrapping it up. What you got coming up?
Not a lot, man. Hopefully everybody's had a good week so far and have a good rest of the week. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Hump Day Happy Hour, and join the Discord, 50 Park Rove this weekend, breaking POTA records. Let's get it.
And for even more fun, join the Patreon and come over and hang out with us in the Happy Hour After Dark, which we're all going to head to right here in a minute, except for Dan. Dan's probably going to say, I'm going to go cook something.
I'm hungry.
Because that's what Dan does. But I know I'm going to be over there. I'm sure Golf Quebec's going to be there. Brian will probably show up over there, and who knows who all else, but we normally have a pretty good crowd, and the Hump Day Happy Hour is a pretty tame after chat until after the first hour, and then everybody starts losing their mind and changing to werewolves or something. But if you do go over to Patreon and try a free 7-day trial, make sure and message myself or Dan so we can hook you up with the benefit, though. And other than that, I'll be activating tomorrow. Video drop at 4 p.m. And on Friday. Make sure and get me on that late shift on Thursday, because I probably won't go out until we start the Rove, because I'm going to probably get a little bit of extra rest and prep in. So make sure, if you are in a PZN challenge, to get me Thursday night on late shift, guys. 73, and I'll catch everybody in the after chat.
See ya.